and uplifting religious programs, there is always something for everyone. Need coverage for live event, news story, or well-crafted documentary or jingle? We've got you covered with top-notch service every time. Stay connected with us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok and X, or visit our website at www.kwararafatv.tv. You can also find us on your free-to-air decoder or tune in on frequency of 12589. This is Kwararafa TV, amplifying voices and driving progress.
Good afternoon and welcome to the news at noon. I am Sophia John with the news presentation. Many thanks for joining us. First, the headlines. Head of service admits mistake as reps uncover irregular approvals. Group warns Nigerian youth about fake West African jobs. Plus, veteran Ugandan opposition politician has collapsed in court and in ICU. Now the news in full. Report says the head of civil service of the Federation, Didi Wilson-Jack, has admitted that her office failed to carry out adequate due diligence before granting key approvals to the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council. Also, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation blamed one of its officials for diverting an official letter that allegedly helped sustain the scheme. The ongoing probe centers on allegations that Prince Adeyemi Adeniyi, who presented himself as the Director General of the PFIPC, secured official recognition for the body using allegedly fake appointment letters, fabricated legislative documents, and other forged government records, despite the agency having no legal backing. The House Committee is investigating how several federal institutions processed and acted on the documents, leading to the purported agency receiving official approvals. The House Ad Hoc Committee probing the alleged creation of the PFIPC and the Presidential Economic Advisory Council without legal backing also said it had uncovered what it described as a web of fake appointment letters, fabricated legislative documents, and fictitious government offices allegedly used by the promoters to obtain official recognition from federal institutions. The Accountant General's office identified one of its staff members, Bello Abdullahi, as the official responsible for diverting correspondence that was intended for the Permanent Secretary, State House, while Wilson-Jack acknowledged that her office relied on documents that have now been found to be false before approving an authorized establishment and recruitment waiver for the agency. The revelations emerged as the committee, chaired by the lawmaker representing Kanke, Kanam, and Pankshin Federal Constituency of Plateau State, Yusuf Gagdi, intensified its probe into how the purported agency allegedly secured official recognition despite lacking any legal foundation. The Global Anti-Human Trafficking Organization has issued an urgent warning to Nigerian youth and parents regarding fraudulent employment schemes linked to QNet. Under the guise of lucrative jobs abroad, unsuspected young Nigerians are being lured into West African nations, including Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Senegal, only to find themselves trapped in forced labor, severe debt bondage, and human trafficking networks. The group also called for stronger collaboration among governments, development partners, philanthropies, and individuals to intensify efforts against human trafficking in Nigeria, Africa, and across the world. The founder of the organization, Prosper Michael, made the call in a statement on Thursday to commemorate the 2026 World Day Against Trafficking in Persons teamed Trapped Behind the Scam. He expressed concern over the increasing trafficking of Nigerians to West Africa, North Africa, and the Middle East for sexual and labor exploitation. Michael said many Nigerians continue to fall victim to traffickers who lure them with false promises of lucrative jobs abroad despite years of public awareness campaigns. The president of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Eze Anaba, has charged journalists to uphold ethical standards, prioritize fact-checking, and shun sensationalism to contribute meaningfully to peace building and national development. Dr. Anaba gave the charge while delivering his keynote address titled "The Roles of Campus Journalists and Professionals in Promoting Peace and National Development" at the annual symposium and 10th anniversary celebration of the Academia Campus Journalists of the Federal College of Education at Abeokuta, affiliated with the University of Ibadan. Represented by the founder of Pen Pushing Media, Dimeji Kayode Adedeji, the NGE president described the theme as timely, noting that journalism plays a critical role in addressing Nigeria's growing security challenges through responsible and conflict-sensitive reporting. According to him, the manner in which security-related issues are reported influences public perception, confidence in institutions, and the responses of government and security agencies. He warned that irresponsible reporting could heighten tensions and create unnecessary panic, stressing that security remains indispensable to sustainable national development. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board will formally usher in a new era in its leadership as its outgoing registrar, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, hands over to his successor, Professor Segun Ena. The board announced that the official handover ceremony will hold on Friday, July 31st, 2026 by 10 a.m. with a live broadcast on its official social media platforms. In a notice released, JAM invited the public to witness what it described as a significant milestone in the board's leadership journey. The ceremony marks the end of Oloyede's tenure as registrar, which expires on July 31st, and the official commencement of ENA's leadership of the examination body. The Take It Back movement has called on Nigerians to participate in a nationwide protest scheduled for August 5th, tagged "The Festival of the Oppressed." The group cited concerns over insecurity, rising cost of living, alleged repression, and what it described as the shrinking democratic space under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. In a statement issued by its national coordinator, Juwon Sanyaolu, the movement said the planned demonstration will provide an avenue for citizens to express their grievances over the country's current socio-economic and political situation. The group alleged that insecurity remained a major challenge, claiming that many Nigerians were still being held by kidnappers and armed groups, while communities in states including Borno, Zamfara, Katsina, Niger, Plateau, Oyo, Kaduna, and Benue continue to experience attacks. The movement also expressed concern over the rising cost of living, attributing the situation to the removal of fuel subsidy in 2023 and the continued devaluation, which it said had driven inflation to historic levels. Distribution facility and recovered approximately 13,000 liters of products suspected to be illegally refined automotive gas oil during an operation in Boni local government area of Rivers State. The operation was carried out by personnel of Forward Operating Base Boni under Operation Delta Sentinel, according to a statement signed by the Director of Naval Information, Navy Captain Abiodun Folorunsho posted on X. The Navy said operatives discovered an illegal petroleum product storage and distribution facility containing large capacity storage tanks, reservoirs, drums and houses, and other equipment used in the unlawful handling and distribution of petroleum products. It added that the recovered products and associated facilities were handled in line with extant operational procedures. Speaking on the operation, Folorunsho said the illegal facility was believed to have supported criminal activities associated with the illicit petroleum products trade. We will now go on a break, and when we return, the news will continue. Please stay with us.
Mission system hacking room.
Welcome back. The news now continues. Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye has been admitted to an intensive care unit (ICU) in the capital Kampala after collapsing unconscious in court during his treason trial, his wife has said. The 70-year-old has been in detention since November 2024. His lead lawyer was arrested last month and charged with allegedly failing to report acts of treason. The visibly frail politician was objecting to state lawyers being appointed to represent him when he collapsed, prompting prison guards to rush him to hospital. Besigye, who has run for president against long-serving leader Yoweri Museveni 4 times, was dramatically abducted in Kenya in 2024 and taken back to Uganda. The U.S. military says it has completed a heavy wave of strikes against Iran in retaliation for Tuesday's attempted ballistic missile attacks on American forces. CENTCOM said it hit dozens of Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC) targets in response to Iran's firing on U.S. bases in Jordan and at ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state media said the latest strikes had killed 3 people, including a 2-year-old child, on Qishim Island, while other locations were also hit in the south and west of the country. The latest hostilities come on a week that has seen the conflict expand, with the first publicly announced joint U.S.-Saudi strikes targeting Iranian proxies in Iraq. When the U.S. and Israel launched military strikes on Iran in February, President Donald Trump said the war will last only a few weeks, but it has gone on for 5 months with no end in sight. United States President Donald Trump has urged British Prime Minister Andy Burnham to tackle illegal migration, warning that the issue is killing the United Kingdom. Speaking with the media, Trump said Burnham would eventually have to address immigration, despite initially avoiding the subject after taking office. Trump's remark came hours after more than 500 migrants crossed the English Channel into Britain, according to the report. Reports say the arrivals reached British waters after people smugglers launched 11 small boats from several points along the French and Belgian coast, with departures reported from beaches stretching from Belgium to the French port of Dieppe. The comment also came as Burnham's government continued to face questions over its plan to deal with asylum seekers. Scientists have suggested eating very little sugar up to the age of 2 may help protect the brain decades later. The research analyzed the impact of the end of sugar rationing in the UK, which led to a rapid increase in the amount of sugar in people's diets. The results suggest those who were toddlers during sugar rationing had a 23% lower risk of dementia. The study cannot provide definitive proof, but experts say a healthy diet is good for the brain anyway. Sugar in first 1,000 days linked to poor health later. Prime Minister Senator Kaichi says the number of people who have died after a powerful earthquake hit southwestern Japan has risen to 30. Rescuers are still working to find survivors after the magnitude 6.8 earthquake hit Kumamoto Prefecture on Kyushu Island, causing widespread damage to houses and power lines. Several people died after part of a shopping center collapsed and an explosion ripped through the mall about an hour later. Thousands of displaced residents are now staying in evacuation centers, though the challenge is to keep them cool and hydrated as the region battles sweltering heat. Temperatures could reach 39 centigrade in the prefecture in the coming days, according to forecasts, with officials urging survivors and rescuers to take precautions against heat stroke. And that's it on the news today at noon. Bye for now.